Hello there, my growers and friends. Welcome to yet another episode of the Dirt on Gardening podcast with myself, along with Derek the Chocolate Botanist and Andre the Farmer. Unfortunately, Andre the Farmer is not with us on this episode, but we are so happy that you could join myself and Derek. We have a wonderful topic of discussion for you today. So with that being said, let me bring up my co-host with the most, and that is my friend, Derek, the Chocolate Botanist. Derek, where you at, brother?
Hello, Gray. How are you today?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I thought about mailing Andre some of the foods he doesn't like. I was getting together in my house. I had like 3 boxes of raisins, some catfish fillets and fritters. I don't know if he liked fritters or not, but I figured I'd send it to him. Some watermelon, and just some other things that I know he's not a fan of, because why not?
Why not? Yes.
But I was taping it together and I said it probably won't last because he's got so many acres. The box may be lost on his property. So I decided not to send it after all.
Gotcha. Yeah. So guys, Andre's not with us this week. He is on a vacation because Andre is independently wealthy and he travels the globe. So he left us here with you. Hey there, Valerie Williams. Good to see you. Glad to have you join us here today. But Derek, how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was great. So I went to the Enchanted Expo in Wilmington, North Carolina, and it was the first plant show in Wilmington that I've been to, and it was its first year. That was phenomenal. And y'all know I just got off of Plant Mania, so like to go to another event, seeing my plant people, my plant vendors, I was like, whoa! And they had crystals and stuff, and I'm not really a crystal man, but they had crystals and stuff, and it was beautiful. And then I went to an event, The Politics of Food, hosted by Representative Sophia. Last name, I can't remember her last name. It just blanked. It blanked. It just whoop, right out of my head. She has a last name. Her mom and daddy gave it to her. But that was beautiful to see various people within North Carolina, various leaders within North Carolina get together and discuss the politics of food and what it means to fight for a state, especially when, even though North Carolina can be very forward thinking in the areas I'm in, the rural areas are often rural and are timeless. Let's say that.
Well, something you just mentioned, I gotta say, dude, I am totally a crystal guy. Hey there, Urban Gardening Chronicles. Hey, look, if you got some pretty rocks, I'm all about it.
Look, I love a pretty rock.
Homestead.
They had some beautiful rocks there, and but the people were, this is what this does, and this is what this does, and I was like, great, I love that. So that wasn't, for me, but the plants were. They had some beautiful plant things there, and I wish I stayed a little longer to kind of see Wilmington. It was a beautiful day. Go visit the beach and stuff, but I didn't. How was your weekend?
It was interesting. All right, so. For the longest time, I've been talking about this fall spring, right? I said, look, it's fall spring. And a lot of people, they picked up what I put down. But there were a lot of people who were pushing back like, oh, no, it's fine. Just plant your plants out there. It'll be fine. It's warm. It's spring now. Dude, that fall spring, it showed its ugly head. It got cold. I mean, Monday and Tuesday, we went from like 80 degrees out here in Dallas, dropped down to like 39, 38. And then Tuesday, it was 32. I mean, it was freezing. So I am so glad that I held off because trust me, the temptation was real. I was really trying to get them tomatoes out there.
Ooh, that would have been nice.
You know what? I'm going to say this. All right. And you can quote me on this. Dallas-Fort Worth. All right. Dallas-Fort Worth is dual cities and 8 million people. I'm going to tell you right now, go ahead, plant your plants. Plant your plants. I think we are clear. We are good. We are free. Go ahead and plant them plants out there because I don't think we're going to have any more of these cold snaps coming through. I think we're good.
No, I love that for you.
Thank you. And so, we had the cold snap come through that fall spring. And then, all right, I did something. Okay, so y'all know I love my ornamental plants just as much as my garden plants. And I went to the Walls Mart And I just happened to be strolling through, and I saw this little beauty. I had to get her.
Was that a Tycon?
Tycon, and I paid $25 for this Tycon. This is crazy. I got 2 leaves on this Tycon. Now I'm gonna tell you, Walmart, I need y'all to do better because they had severely overwatered her. I mean, the roots was just sitting there soaking this water. I like, no, I have to take this plant home. I have to save her because I'm about to drown her right now. Because Tycons, they don't need that much water, you know. I'm like, but yeah, $25 for a Tycon this big. Come on, son. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Gorgeous. That is gorgeous. While I was at the Plant Mania, I had gotten a tissue culture of a white monstera, and it is beautiful. I got some tissue cultures of some bananas as well, but it looks like either I lost them or somebody took them off of me when I wasn't looking. So that's really disappointing, but they were only $30 of my hard-earned money, but it's okay. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter.
Oh yeah. So Dallas, Sherry in the garden. Yes, I say we're clear because I'm about to do it this weekend. I'm about to get out there and I'm about to put all my maters, all my peppers and eggplants all out there. So I'm gonna say, let's do it.
I love that for you. I'm going to be playing here in Carolina around Good Friday because that's usually when I try to get things out. But I need to start some seeds in here so they can already be ready. But hopefully I'll do that this week. So I'm so excited.
Nice. Now, so today what we're going to be talking about is plants in pop culture because, I don't think we realize how much plants either make a difference in a lot of the things we watch, listen to, or read, but they really do. So I want you guys in the comments, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on YouTube, make sure you drop in the comments any plants in pop culture that you can think of. And we're going to talk about some of our top favorites.
Exactly. Because when it comes to, plants of pop culture, that could be a book, that could be a video game, that could be a movie, that could be a song, that could be, some folklore, religion, some mythological reason. Like all of these plants, I want you all, whether you're watching this now or you're listening, because remember, we are on Spotify, we're on the Amazon Music, we're on all types of podcastery, Apple Music. We have people listening, Gray, in Germany and Australia. We got people listening here in these United States, in South America, wherever you're listening from, just comment on it here, right? And we are going to have a ball talking about in the comments, all of us together on all these different platforms, what plants we can think of within pop culture.
Right on. And with all those folks listening to us on Spotify and Apple Music, I just want to say, hey there.
Yes.
Dude. Supreme Shoe Diva, my ATLian friend there. Good to see you again. Fried green tomatoes. Yes, go ahead and get you some fried green tomatoes. That's what I'm talking about. But
I am here for it.
So, dude, I was out in public this weekend and I got spotted. I got spotted by a fan. Yes. I was out with the family and, we were doing a little weekend shopping this weekend. And a lady walks up to me. She was like, are you an urban gardener? I was like, yes, ma'am, I am. She was like, a friend of mine just sent me a link to your gardening school that you have with, what is it called? And I was like, Better Gardener with Audrey the Farmer. She was like, yes, I'm joining your gardening class. And lo and behold, I don't even live on this side of town, but I see you here. I had to come up. And would it be okay to take a picture? I'm like, yes, of course. So with that being said, if you do see me around the DFW area, I am totally approachable. You can come up, you can say, hey, and I'll take pictures with you. Cause I love taking the pictures. Like I'm ready for my close-up.
I love that for you. I get spotted every so often. People are like, I think I know you. And I'm like, do I owe you money? And they're like, well, no. And I'm like, okay, then you do. You know who I am. Or maybe you don't. Sometimes it's the voice. They'll be like, I've heard your voice before. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. No, you haven't. You absolutely have not. You have no idea who I am. And I could just see them trying to make her, I'm like the chocolate botanist. And sometimes I like the botanist or the chocolate. They either know one or both. But it is beautiful. So I think we should do like 5 each.
I like that. Yeah.
I think we should do 5 each and see what we are. And again, those of you in the comments, Instagram, YouTube, all the podcasteries, let us know your plant of pop culture. I think you should start, since this is, you've been spotted. You were in the nature. The people got your autograph and everything. What is your first plant you're gonna give us?
Okay, this is one of my favorite movie of all time, because if you guys don't know me, I am a movie quoter. I will sit there and I will quote movies all day long, twice on Sunday, and I love this movie. It is the 1986 version, because there's 2 versions. The 1986 version, starring Rick Moranis, Little Shop of Horrors. Now, granted, we are talking about a fictional. There we go. That
you was trying to say fictional and fictitious
at the same time.
At the same time.
It is a fictional plant, but Audrey II from Little Shop of Horrors. Let's talk about it. One, love this movie. I am a musical guy. I love musicals. So Wicked, Lion King, I went to Broadway to go check these plays out. So Little Shop of Horrors, huge fan. But Audrey II from Little Shop of Horrors is by far, I think, one of the biggest icons in plant pop culture, even though it's a fake plant, but still. I mean, it was directed by, it was musically directed by Frank Oz, which, how dope is that? Frank Oz is the guy who gave us Yoda from Star Wars. And then the music. I mean, hey, all right, so I got to do it. Suddenly Seymour was standing beside me. That's my jam right there. So yeah, that's gonna be mine. Audrey II. What are your thoughts? Little Shop of Horrors. Tell me you've seen this movie, please, dude.
So I've seen the movie, and there was a play, actually, like a play rendition of the musical, that was here at Chapel Hill. I had to look it up so I can shout the people out. This was directed by Jeff Meanza, spelled like mean and then za. And these people were some singing people, especially the the black women that did it. And Audrey II was played by this big, beautiful black woman who, was belting out these things and feed me, Seymour. That touched me.
That's a trip. And the funny thing about it is, because Audrey was actually voiced in the 86 movie. I remember that movie. Funny when you think about it. Yes, that movie was hilarious. Dark, very dark humor, but hilarious.
Yes. And the end of the play is way different than the movie. So I didn't know that.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay. So we got to do a little bit of background information. All right. So I was telling my kids how much I love this movie. So I went on to the streaming services, and we purchased it so I could show the kids. My daughter's 10, my son is 7, and we're watching the movie. I did not realize that there were 2 different versions of this movie. The theatrical version, which everybody knows what happens at the end, right? But then the director's cut. And I think the director's cut is more like the play version, where Audrey takes over the entire world, and Seymour completely bows down to her. Wait a minute, I traumatized my kids. It was like watching Never Ending Story all over again.
Atreyu, get out of the mud. When it comes to the play version, spoiler alert. For those of you who've never seen the spoiler, this old play, it ends where Seymour tries to fight Audrey to get back the girl he was trying to be with, which was Audrey. I don't know why I forgot her name. It's the same name. And he goes in, and Audrey II basically eats them both. And then the people come in, they don't know what's going on. And they're like, okay, well, we see that she has little babies. Let's sell the babies. And, we don't know where Seymour is, but maybe Seymour was planning to leave anyway. So who's to say what's going on? And they start selling the babies everywhere. So that is a beautiful thing. I'm really loving that. For the comments here on the YouTube, we have somebody who's mentioning the Tanua flower, also called the Queen of the Night, signifies fleeting beauty and good fortune.
Nice. Yeah, Crazy Rich Asians was a great movie.
there was another reference to a Lord of the Rings movie where somebody was talking about the flowering right tree of the kings and the hobbits, the love of gardening and plants. So, you know, I love some gardening. I love some herbs, some Suddenly Seymour. I love the musicality. And I think if we were to continue on the musical step, right, I think we should
wait. Before we go to the musical step, I just gotta mention, because speaking of musicals, okay, you cannot sleep on Tashina Arnold.
Oh yes, and Tisha Campbell.
That was in that movie. I mean, this is the first time we got them two together before we even got the Martin show.
They were so young.
The Audrey was voiced by the lead singer of the Four Tops, so that's why Audrey had that soul. Yes, that's why Audrey had that soulful voice, like "Feed me." Yeah,
I love that. See,
from outer space, and I'm mad.
You better be teaching me. You better be teaching me. So that is dope. So I love that. I love that. And we got a lot of comments here on YouTube, some of which I don't know how they're referencing what we're talking about, but we're going to keep going with that. If we still going on the musical scale, that's why you keep seeing me look off to the side, because this is real distracting. I'm usually not this distracted, but somebody's pulling my attention. This is how you know. This is how you know you doing more than me. My attention is being pulled. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. What? We got all types of conspiracy theories going on over here. When it comes to the musicality, I think of the Poppies from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah. That's a great one.
Poison Poppies. And they got out there, whether it's The Wiz or The Wizard of Oz or in the Wicked series, whichever, you know, thing you want to see it in. Those poppies are great. And we know poppies are in the opium poppies, right? That's where that whole thing of like falling into this and going to sleep goes into. It's an allegory for drugs. You know, opium used to be something that people did. You know, they loved the poppies. I think there were even like a Dance of the Poppies no, that was a different flower in Fantasia. But the poppies, it was something else.
Yeah, I mean, because historical references, opioids and you know, opium was used as a pain medication back in the Old West. Yeah, or even like cocaine and all that. That was all used for pain medication before they found out that it was a category 4, you know, narcotic, and people was getting hooked on it.
And before they cared to know that it was a category 4 narcotic, they was giving children and babies cocaine and opium, and they were like, here you go, and morphine. And they were like, here you go. You can't have pain when you're unconscious. You can't. You can't do it. You can't feel anything when you're knocked out.
Nice. I love it, dude. That's a great one, man. All right. So in the comments, do we have any updates from our audience? Because over on Instagram, of course, we have Jen who shouted out Audrey. Yes, because we love Audrey.
Yes.
And Miss D 2011 says, "Are we talking a Little Shops of Horrors?" Yes. Oh, here we go. See,
I was going to mention this one.
Go for it. Go for it, Derek.
The Black Panther with the glowing flower to commune with the ancestors. Now they said it. I'm going to have to change my number to number something else. But the heart-shaped herb from Wakanda in the Black Panther series. This is a marvel. The Black Panther tribe, the leaders, the ancestral leaders get to eat this plant, and it bestows onto them mystic and like physical traits. So it is amazing. And somebody else here on YouTube is talking about housewives using heroin from a bottle from the pharmacy. As some of the people, I had a preacher, a pastor I used to be under, she'd say heron. They were on the heron. So it was amazing. So yeah, that was amazing. But before we keep going, you know, we're talking about plants of pop culture just so y'all can keep knowing this. And again, we want you to put the pop culture plants, whether it's from a video game, a plant, whether it's from a TV show, a movie or something, so we can keep this in our mind. And as we're keeping things in mind, we ought to retain our mindset, right? Retain is one of our sponsors. Beautiful people with a beautiful product. It cleans, it lubricates, it stops rust, and it sanitizes. Get you some Retain today. You can get it. You see the banner going across the screen. You can get it at retainspray.com or from the Amazon or the Walmart. Again, Retain, Retain. It's a garden tool treatment. You spray it on your tools, right? And it sanitizes them. You need this when you're propagating. So get you some Retain on today.
And if you're propagating your own Audrey IIs, definitely pick you up some Retain spray so you're not spreading all of those plant-borne diseases. No, what did Andre call it, Derek? A shout out to my boy Andre. You're not here with us, but you're in spirit. What did he call it?
Plant STDs.
STDs, stainless steel.
Yes, stainless steel. I love it. Look, you got to clean your tools. You got to. You got to clean your tools. So I did one. You done did Audrey. I done did the Poppies from the Wizard of Oz. What you gonna do next? A plant of pop culture.
All right. So this is a movie. It was a movie, but of course, it was written well before it was a movie. This is by Dr. Seuss, and it's a little movie called The Lorax. And I'm talking specifically about the truffula tree. If you've seen the Lorax, if you haven't, spoiler alert, if you have kids, you probably already seen the Lorax. The truffula tree was the everything that people need. And what they ended up doing with the truffula tree is they mass deforested the entire ecosystem so that they could mass produce all of the things that people needed. And I love the message of the Lorax because Dr. Seuss, in my opinion, I feel like he was ahead of his time, because he was talking about deforestation before anyone else was. So it's a very good, poignant note that Dr. Seuss was making. But, still with the bright colors and the light undertones. But I mean, it was definitely there. Have you seen the Lorax? I love the Lorax.
I have not seen the Lorax. I love Dr. Seuss's books as a child, but I don't think I've seen that one, and I don't know why. But I'm here for it. I did not mean for that to stay up that long. This one, The Giving Tree. We got The Giving Tree. That's a good book from pop culture. But I love that. I think I remember it. I wanted to watch it because I think when the Lorax connects to Horton Hears a Who, because the little like dandelion thing is what the Lorax lives on or something. So, and I feel like I saw the original cartoon of the Horton Hears a Who. I might have seen the cartoon. I feel like they had an old cartoon of the Lorax. I may have saw that, but I haven't seen the new one.
Yeah, it's definitely a good watch because, like I said, the points that Dr. Seuss is making is that, seeing the Lorax, I like the theme. Yeah, the Lorax was a great movie because, at the end of the day, every time you're out there in your garden and you're planting, you're pushing back just a little bit because, I mean, this is our home. This is our ecosystem. So the more we destroy it, we're not making it habitable for the rest of us or future generations. So I love that message from Dr. Lorax. Sorry to get all serious, but I mean, it really
no, that's a good way. I love a struck a chord in your heart. So let's see. We talked about the heart-shaped herb. That was a little honorable mention. I want to talk about this one. This was one of the first plants I can remember seeing in pop culture.
What you got?
I loved cartoons. I still do, right? And I used to watch this great cartoon of a Marine. And this Marine, he was traveling all across the world, doing the things. He was like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. He was a family man, had a little girlfriend, little step baby he adopted. And one thing that he loved to do was eat a vegetable. And that vegetable was spinach. I'm talking about Popeye the Sailor Man. He was strong to the finish because he eats his spinach. He was Popeye the Sailor Man. I loved the Robin Williams movie with Popeye.
Oh, yes.
Lily
Tomlin, come on.
Yes, in 98, him and Shelley, I think, was it Shelley Duvall in that?
It was Shelley Duvall, that's right. It wasn't Lily Tomlin. It was
it could have been. I haven't seen it in a long time. And like Popeye walking around, like it was hilarious. And it was an amazing thing is that was attributed. We only have that cartoon because back when they were doing like the nutritional facts and like figuring out the nutritional value of vegetables, I think somebody got the nutritional value of spinach wrong and iron. like either 10 or 100 times more than it was.
Mm-hmm.
So for a while, people still believe like if you want a lot of iron, eat spinach, because it was wrong, and it's just now part of the ethos of the world. So Popeye became this strong character because of a scientific F up that they tried to fix, but nobody cared. I can remember going to the grocery store as a child. Popeye was on the cans of spinach back in the day. You could get the orange juice with Donald Duck up there, and the Popeyes. I'm old man, and you get all that, and it was amazing. It was so amazing. So,
Yeah.
it was great.
Urban backyard homestead. You're right. They got the numbers wrong, but it's so funny because that's cemented in all of our memories. I mean, dude, I even remember in the 80s when they had Popeye and Son. You know, like I watched.
Oh, yes. I love them old cartoons. I was going to get off on a tangent, but I could hear Andre somewhere. Wherever he is, he's dropped something and said enough of that. He didn't. He doesn't know why he did it. He doesn't know why he did it, but he just got me back on track. I know he probably has nightmares about me going on tangents, but I know he has nightmares about it. But I love that. Which one you got?
Okay, so we talked about Audrey II, and now we're gonna switch over to video games because you know I'm a gamer and I'm an old school gamer.
Okay,
and this is the classic one. Okay, I'm gonna give you the music behind it. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We're talking about Super Mario Bros, the original Super Mario Brothers. The classic. Before these kids got all spoiled with being able to save their game and come back and play later. No, if you wanted to beat Mario, you had to sit there all day locked in with the two buttons on your NES and just play your heart out. And I am talking about the Piranha Plant, which, funny enough, the Piranha Plant is actually based off of Audrey II from Little Shop of Horrors. I mean, look at that tie-in. And then the funny thing, let's go full circle here. The Audrey II is actually based off of a plant. I want to say it's your state plant. What is it? The
pitcher plant, the Saracenia.
No, not the pitcher plant. The Venus. The Venus
the fly traps, the Drosselas. It's amazing you went there because I thought you were going to go to the mushrooms.
Oh yeah, we got the mushrooms too. I didn't even think about that.
That mushroom is an Amanita mushroom, and the Amanita mushroom is one of the most recognized mushrooms. You don't know what it's called, but if you see like a red mushroom with the white dots, that mushroom is heavily recognizable from Alice in Wonderland to Mario to potentially Santa Claus was that color because of it. There was an NPR article about that. Like, that is amazing. Okay, Piranha Plant.
But I like that the tie-in with the mushroom. I didn't think about it, but you're right. It's one of the most recognized. When if you see anything that has like a mushroom print on it, like clothing or a purse or something like that, it is usually that mushroom. Nice, dude. I like that. All right, so I've talked about the Piranha Plant and from Mario.
So we did that. You went video games. I loved anime. So I love a lot of anime, and one flower there's two flowers that are heavily anime focused, but the one I'm going to reference is roses. So there was an anime called Yu Yu Hakusho, and there was a character called Kurama. Okay, Kurama was this red hair demon kind of child hybrid person who could control plants. I love those powers for obvious reasons. And he would whip out this rose whip, and it would just whip, and rose petals would fall from the sky. I was like, oh, that would be so cool to do. Like, that would be so cool to do. And Tuxedo Mask in the Sailor Moon, somehow he would file that edge of that rose just right to be able to throw it, and it lands into the concrete. I don't know what he was doing to grow them roses, but he must have been just doing it and doing it to it. So the roses, as you would see in like the Yu Yu Hakusho, Alice in Wonderland painting the roses red, the Tuxedo Mask of it all. Like, I wanted to paint roses red myself. It was amazing.
Nice. All right, so now that your mention makes me want to ask a question. Which came first? Okay, is this going to be, because it makes the plant powers, the planty powers and everything. Of course, it takes me to Batman, and it takes me over to Poison Ivy, right?
Oh, I love that.
And Ivy was so misunderstood. Like seriously, she
was a hero.
In my opinion, Poison Ivy was trying to make the world right for the plants. I'm with her on that.
I would do the same. I want you to know, when I drive by places that are tearing down forests and fields, my plant terrorist mind starts saying, what can I do to ruin them? And people have to remind me, those people are just making money. They don't want to do this any more than you want them to. They just have a job. And I'm like, F that. F all of that. The F stands for flora. Flora there, because I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it with plants. God didn't give me plant powers for a reason.
Right. I love it. All right, so for my next one, I don't even know what number we're on at this point, but my next one is, again, I'm going to go back to a video game reference. Now, there is a newer Spider-Man game, Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5.
Okay.
My son and I, we were playing Spider-Man 2 because, like me, side note, Spider-Man, back when I used to read comics, back when I was a kid, I really wasn't a strong reader until I found comic books. And my love of Spider-Man is actually what brought me over into the love of science, because of how heavily science-based Spider-Man was. So big shout out to Peter Parker, huge influence on my life, and the late great Stan Lee. Loved all that you did. But we were playing Spider-Man 2. Epic game, awesome game. And there's this portion of the game, and spoiler, if you have not played the game or seen the game, there's some spoilers coming. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler, so you gotta get over it.
Protagonist Peter Parker and his friend Harry Osborn, they start a foundation. It's a nonprofit because they want to feed the world. And this foundation is named after his aunt, who had passed away in the game, Aunt May, and Norman Osborn's mother. What I loved about this game is the ambiance inside of this nonprofit. They had so many real plants in there. The whole time I'm playing this game, I'm like that meme of what is this? From The Wolf on Wall Street, while I'm sitting there pointing at the street, because I'm like, ooh, right now. Because I mean, there were fiddle leaf figs, there were monsteras, there were philodendrons all throughout this office space. I mean, they were truly, Derek, you might know the term. What is it called when you're making a habitat for plants inside, like that word's gone. Biophilic.
Biophilic, yes.
Yeah. It was truly biophilic design inside there. I mean, they were making habitats for bees and everything in there. Oh, wow. And they were even doing some genetic modification in there of plants. Look, Andre on YouTube. What's up, Andre? You watching this, man? Hey there, brother.
We miss you, Andre. We was just talking about you earlier. You had to rewind all the way back to the top to see that. So I love that. So then they just had so many just indoor, outdoor plants, aesthetic, feeding people. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, and that's why I was telling my wife when my son was sitting there playing. I'm like, babe, somebody who works on the dev team at Insomniac Games is truly a plant person, because I mean, they got this detail. Look at that fiddle leaf fig. It looked like it's about to drop a leaf right now. You know, fiddle leaf.
The plant isn't even happy in the game. It's not even in the game.
That's because, and that's one of those plants. I'm telling you, fiddle leaf figs are so dramatic. But yeah, even in the game, it looked like it was ready to drop a leaf right there.
Well, it's been the fall, it's been the winter, and while I don't have a bottle in front of me, our buddy Andre was just here. I got this hat, this beautiful hat it's got some dirt on it because I dropped it onto the floor. Don't judge me, judge your mama. And this beautiful hat is amazing. This hat, right, I got from him, but you could get them from his website. You could also go and get his pepper sauce. They got the spicy and the sweet. Okay, the spicy is amazing. The sweet is also amazing. Get you some today from Andre the Farmer. Hot, not so hot. I got it wrong. Oh, wait. I think if all of us clap our hands real hard, we might be able to summon Andre. Okay, everybody right. Start clapping.
Ready?
Start clapping.
Come on, let's start clapping.
Start clapping.
There he is.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Andre.
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
We are great. How are you?
2 weeks ago, dude, somebody called us the Gromigos. We got the Gromigos back again.
The Gromigos.
How you doing, brother?
I am good. I just got off a crazy fishing trip. I'm in Mexico right now, and we were just on a fishing boat. It's called a panga, which is like a little, almost like a rowboat with a motor, and we were going through a storm like you wouldn't believe. It was like, what's that movie when they're in the boat and the big wave comes and like, I don't know. Anyways, it was crazy. Like I'm in Mexico and I am freezing on the inside right now. Literally, I just took a hot shower to try to warm up, and my fingers are still numb. It was so cold and rainy. It was ridiculous, and there was like waves pounding us all over the place. It was rough. It was rough. I literally just got in.
Dude, I'm glad you made it in. It sounds like a white squall type of event. I love it. Lynn Gideon said that I do believe in Andre, like Tinkerbell. I believe in Andre.
Sorry about the lighting. Let me see if I can get the.
Well, Andre, why are you getting this lighting together? You know, we talking to some plants of pop culture, you know, TV shows and movies and stuff. I think Gray named The Little Shop of Horrors. He named the piranha plant. And
I've never seen Little Shop of Horrors.
What?
Of course he
Get
hasn't.
out of here.
Of course he hasn't. And we shouldn't be shocked. There should be nothing that shocks us anymore about him. And then you named the piranha plant. You named that. And then you named
a truffle plant from
the truffle plant.
The Lorax.
The Lorax. And then you just got finished talking about the Spider-Man, all those plants. And then I named I was gonna name the heart-shaped herb, but I skipped over that one. What did I name? Roses, spinach, and the poppies from the Wizard of Oz. There we go. So we got that. We've been talking about that, and we love a stand up. And we have two questions. There is one person that wants to know about urban guerrilla gardening. I don't know that we can answer that one officially. So before we talk about urban guerrilla gardening, I got to actually look some stuff up. Now, if you ask me that offline, I got questions, I got answers for you, but I'm not going to tell you right here. And then, so I see you, Sharon. I see you. Any of you that got urban guerrilla questions, because I thought about doing it, and I've low-key done it a little bit, but I won't tell y'all all my secrets. But it's so good to see you in this light, Andre.
Well, yes, I don't think you can really, can you really get in a lot of trouble for guerrilla gardening?
I mean, you're terraforming land that doesn't belong to you, so they could probably think you're doing destruction of property, even though it's just beautification, because people are stupid.
You just drop a seed here, drop a seed there. What's the big
Well, that's
deal?
That's low effort guerrilla gardening. And what I would love to do is take the hose in my truck and all of my tools, because I always keep a pair of boots in the car just in case. Okay. Oh, yeah. And just boom, 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 quickly turn an area over, beautify it, because seeds y'all gonna cut down. But if I beautify this, I mean, what y'all gonna do then?
Well, only problem I would have is if you're spreading seed that might be invasive. That could be the only problem I foresee. But the only time I've ever seen people doing it is usually just like wildflowers and stuff like that, right?
Most people will do it either with wildflowers or they'll just beautify an area and use whatever they can get. Whoops, there we go. Use an area and get whatever they can get. And so, but in the words of Andre, enough of that. So we're doing plants of pop culture. We are so excited. I think I've named a couple. Andre, you got any plants of pop culture that touch you?
Like plant movies or like TV shows or things like that?
It could be a plant in a movie, a TV show, a book, a video game,
a song, whatever.
A song.
I have one, but it's a little obscure.
That's okay. We're all for the obscurity.
Have any of you guys read the Ender's Games books?
I have not.
I read a couple of them.
Like the Yeah, the first one is the one they made the movie from, and it's good, whatever. But the second, third, and fourth book in the Ender's Game series are incredible. And there's one where there's this planet where the trees, well, there's these people that they end up calling like the pig people or whatever. These just sort of like piggish kind of looking creatures or whatever. But they end up unaliving a guy and basically sacrificing him to a tree. Now, the people don't understand like what the trees mean to these people, but the trees are like that's like where their ancestors go and become the trees. So the trees are actually sentient to some degree.
Nice.
That to me is the most interesting sort of plant in pop culture for me. But most people wouldn't know.
But the funny thing about that's just like in the Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, you had the sentient trees that was helping out the hobbits. And what was it? The second Lord of the Rings, the Twin Towers. You had the sentient trees there, which, come on, in the comments, tell me, what's the name of those trees? That's going to bother me that I can't think of the name of those trees right now.
The Ents?
Lord of the Rings. Is it the Ents? I think it is the Ents. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Come on, Andre, you've seen Lord of the Rings.
I have seen Lord of the Rings. I'm not like a fanatic of Lord of the Rings, and I have a little bit of a problem with Tolkien as a whole. But
all right, no, you can't like say you have a problem with Tolkien and then not explain.
I didn't think I'd have to explain this. I didn't think I'd have to explain this. Like he was a little bit on the racist side.
Yeah,
well, I mean, we mentioned Seuss earlier, and Seuss was definitely racist too. You know, we in this pop culture, we definitely gonna run into some racism.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Lynn
Harry Potter.
Yes. Harry Potter. You're at herbology. Yes. I mean, come on. We cannot forget about the screaming mandrakes. Yes, we love the mandrakes. Or what about the Whomping Willow? Right in the first movie. That was the tree that was sentient as well, that was used as a defense mechanism around the school when Harry and Ron was in that flying car, right?
See, I don't know if this is an age thing, if I am just too old to really like know Harry Potter in that level of detail. Like,
oh my gosh, I read the books. I loved them. They say those books
because you were a child when Harry Potter came out.
I was. My grandmother pre-ordered the books. We never had to wait in line. My grandmother pre-ordered and made sure I was here. But like herbology, we talked about somebody mentioned the tree spirits in Narnia. Groot. I am Groot.
That is the best one.
Groot is the best. Unique's Garden, you win. Groot was the best one.
The apple trees
that's true. I think it's Groot.
I am Groot.
I'll tell you. Groot, like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is like top 3 all-time movie for me. Like that's like, I love that movie. I just love everything about that movie.
Yes. I love that. So then we got that. We done said some, but see, Andre, I mean, I feel like even though you may not have watched some Harry Potter, you got to know some other.
No, I've watched some of the Harry Potter. I probably watched most of them. I might have even seen all of them, but I don't really remember them. Like where I can tell you, like this happened in 1 or 2 or 3, or the names of people in them. Like I don't know it like that.
I see. He's like, nerds. You remember what's in the books. You remember what's in the books.
I'll tell you what. When you named those trees in Lord of the Rings, I was thinking, dang, he's a nerd too.
Yeah. And I only know this because while I used to love the Lord of the Rings, I recently saw a video. This is how the short attention span works. Was scrolling through a series of videos for several hours, saw a video on the trees. Somebody mentioned the Ents were this and that and the other. They named them. That was just a week or 2 ago. The name stuck with me. You brought it up. My brain went there quickly. The Ents.
The Ents. Nice.
What about Poison Ivy? From like,
we talked about her.
Yeah.
We talked about her already.
Oh, Unique's Garden was a librarian. Oh, so that's why our friend knows so much about the plants, because she knows books. See, you right there in my wheelhouse. We like you. Thank you, Unique's Garden.
Yes. And Poison Ivy is a good one. Like we were saying how like we think she shouldn't, and granted in the comics now she's more of an anti-hero than a true villain in some cases. But like she's just trying to help the world. If I had Poison Ivy's powers and I too was connected to the green, I would do a lot of the same things. No lie.
What about in Avatar: The Last Airbender? The people that do the swamp, the swamp control the one that.
Oh yes, the swamp people. They were bending the water and messing with the swamp stuff. See, I remember that too. The water in the vines.
Why don't we have a reboot of the Silver Surfer yet?
My friends over at Marvel, I'm gonna call them up and see if I can get Kevin Feige on the line and see what we do. No,
we should have enough. We should have enough pull on this show right now
I think we could.
Exactly.
Hey guys, we have 250 downloads on all of our podcasts, and we have like 100 years of gardening knowledge. So we're going to tell you how to do this movie. First off, bring Lawrence Fishburne back.
Yeah,
once you bring him back.
Let
him be the Lawrence Fishburne.
For what role?
For the Silver Surfer. Let him be the voice again.
Oh, he was the voice of Silver Surfer?
In the Fantastic Four movies. Yeah, that was his. It wasn't his body, but it was his voice.
Okay. The last Silver Surfer was a woman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the last Fantastic Four.
That was Shayla Ball, his wife.
I think the problem with the Silver Surfer is the Silver Surfer is too overpowered for most heroes to really fight.
Yeah, he's OP. Yeah.
I mean, true, but it depends. But see, it depends on which heroes. Like if we're talking about all of the Marvel, all of the MCU to this point, you have that one scroll person that took all the powers. If y'all saw Secret Invasion, you got that one scroll person that has all the powers.
The Super Scroll.
And then you have Adam Warlock. You have the Super Scroll. You have the Adam Warlock. And
but people want name brand.
Somewhere.
People want name brand heroes to fight in the movie, right? Like,
well, yeah, you got Doctor Strange somewhere. I know we don't want them off-brand heroes. You got
we're not looking for them.
Looking for Adam Warlock. Looking for like the one above or something. Like, they don't want that characters.
That's good.
I love that. See, look at that. You get distracted too, Andre. I love this. I ain't here for it. I am here for it.
I'm the guest tonight, so I'm not managing nothing. I'm just the guest.
Oh, he's just the guest. All right, there we go.
He is the guest. That's good. Well, let me do you like you do me. Enough of that. We're gonna go back to what we were saying. What we were saying.
Dark Phoenix is my girl too. But you know what? If you are trying to have some poison ivy type powers for your plants, I definitely recommend you check out my friends Thrive Roots. Right now, I have been applying some of my Thrive Roots citrus to all of my citrus that I have outdoors because I have my Page Mandarin and my Myers Lemon. Despite that cold snap that came through, they are still thugging it outside. And I make sure to give a nice healthy dose of Thrive Roots to all of my citrus plants because pretty soon, I'm going to be bringing my blood orange out. So check out Thrive Roots. That's Thrive Roots spelled with a Y-T-R-H. I can't spell. No, I'm not doing this. Nope, not making me sound bad.
T-H-R-Y-V-E. ThriveRoots.com.
So Tiffany from Thrive Root is supposed to be down here in Mexico right now. Apparently she didn't make it down here yet. So I haven't been able to hook up with her because she's supposed to be bringing me down some Thrive Root for me to put in my garden over here.
That's right. Oh, nice.
Now this person up here, we got Lynn Gideon. Lynn Gideon, my first girlfriend and I, when I was 8, playing the Snapdragon Seed with his mom's help. Still a beautiful memory. We loved that. So we loved it. They were playing.
You were 8?
Andre, stop it. They were 8 years old and they were in love. Okay, I had 2 girls fighting over me when I was 5. Okay? I was one of them, and one of them stole a kiss from me.
Oh, stole it.
Yeah, she did. Her name was Lakeisha Stryon, and I remember her. And Jackie
called the name out and everything. Hey,
both of them stole kisses from me. They did, and it was sad. So we got Plants of Pop Culture. We got a hot 10 minutes left. Some honorable mentions. I know we mentioned a lot of things here. We talked about the Whomping Willow. We talked about them.
The Mandrakes.
There are in a lot of anime. In a lot of anime, there are like chorus or spider lilies, these red flowers you see in a lot of anime when somebody's dying or being unalived. What are some other plants in pop culture?
Well, you know what? I want to reference real quick.
What's that?
So the reason why I really like this topic is because when we're talking about pop culture, if you've seen my videos on YouTube, I'm a real big fan of film. I love film. I love cinematography. And I think sometimes the best movies and our key core memories really come from television shows and movies that really capture plants in the background, in the ambiance, or sometimes even that main character in your story arc, because that's what gives the audience that true feel of life behind you, right? So you can't just have a bland scene like we always give Andre a hard time whenever he's in his background in Florida. He just got books back there, like, bro, put some plants behind you or something. Give the people something else to look at too.
There's a plant.
There we go. There we go. But it truly makes it different, for the background. And I think that's why it's a really great subject, because I know you guys are just like me. Children of the corn, Unique's garden. You know how many times I've driven past cornfields and like, nope, not today.
No corn maze for you.
No.
But someone also said Pokemon. There's a bunch of plant-based Pokemon, I guess.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
I was a plant-based trainer. They said signs, the cornfield and signs, the apples and religiosity. So like Eve eating apple trees, Jesus cursing figs. That's pop culture. There's songs about, roses and all this other stuff. Like there's so many. There's so many of plants of the pop culture. And I know we have a couple of questions here on the YouTube.
Well,
so,
you know what? Before we get to those questions, I got to tell you, it's warming up out here in Dallas. We had a cold snap. And you know what is in my plant room right now? I was trying to catch it. You might have seen me on the screen. I got a mosquito in here. You know what? That means it's time for me to put on some Sonia's bug spray, because the mosquitoes, it didn't got warm enough. They didn't came back. So you know what? I need to put my Sonia's bug spray on, and this is available on the TikTok shop and also on soniasbugspray.com. It feels like lotion, and it will definitely keep them mosquitoes from getting you.
We love it. And one last plant that just came to me, the Powerpuff Girls, they had to fight these broccoli aliens.
Powerpuff Girls, yes.
And they fought them by eating them. And I remember that was so hilarious as a child, because I was like, y'all are just eating them. That's so fun. And I was a child that didn't really.
So would a pickle be considered like plant-like?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick. I was going to say Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick. I'd like, there are so many different plants in pop culture, and y'all keep the conversation going down below. We had one question here from this person, Big Will Dog 82 in the soil. Fine. They got a plant question. Can I grow any other fig tree besides Chicago Hardy in the Indianapolis climate?
Ooh, all right. So based off of your climate and your zone, Big Will Dog, I would say definitely check out your local ag extension. Check with your local ag extension for the state of Illinois to see, because I'm not sure, given your zone and honestly how windy it is out there, I'm not sure. And I think your best course of action is checking with your local ag extension. What you say, Andre?
Also, depends on if you're growing it in a pot or growing it in the ground. If you're growing it in the pot, then you could probably grow a fig, any kind of fig, anywhere. Like there's a lady in New York, upstate New York, and she's on social media, and she has probably like 20, 30 different varieties of figs that she grows. And she just brings them into her garage or inside in the winter. So if you're going to move it in and out, you can grow any kind of fig. If you're going to put it in the ground, then you're definitely more limited. And that's where you'd have to check with your ag extension or go to your local nursery and find out what figs people are growing in that region.
Yeah, because I want some Louisiana purple and some LSU purple and some LSU gold figs out here. I was just looking this weekend, but I think I got to go back home to Baton Rouge for that. But real quick on Instagram, Grant Shade Garden says, did anyone say anything about Little Shops of Horrors? Yes, at the top of the hour. Make sure you go back and watch the replay, because Little Shop of Horrors, which Andre has not seen, go watch that movie, Andre. You are doing yourself a disservice, because we know how much you love musicals, Andre.
I hate musicals, first of all. And that one just looks stupid. It just looks stupid.
It's great.
You and your taste in food and movies. I don't even know.
Like,
So
really,
we don't go to this next
worse?
question. It's okay. Next question. This person asked it at the top. Do you remember the first plant that got you into gardening? They said chocolate cherry tomatoes were theirs. So my first plant was a watermelon seed I planted in Colonial Trailer Park in New Bern, North Carolina around, because I love plants forever, but like me being like, let me try to grow a plant. I planted a seed near the steps of the trailer in Colonial Trailer Park in the Winter Place cul-de-sac. And it came up and it grew. And I want to preface this with, I was like 6 or 7. And I used to jump off of the stairs on that side of the stairs where I planted the seed. So it became crushed and never came back. And that was the end of that watermelon. But I did it. I did it. What about y'all?
What you got, Audrey? What was your first plant ever, man?
Mine was probably my mango tree. Well, when I was in college, I did experiment with a banana. This was back before the internet. And I saw in a magazine, there was a thing that had...
What? What is before the internet? There was a time before the internet?
Yeah, you could mail away and get a banana seed, right? I knew nothing about plants at all. So I got this banana seed and I put it in a pot and I had a little, they give you, I think I had like a dome, like a plastic bag over top of it or whatever. I don't even know how I even knew how to do that. And it grew and I had a little banana plant that was growing. It was probably an ornamental banana because it came from a seed. So, it's probably not going to be an edible banana. But anyways, it grew for a little while and then it died. That was the first thing I ever planted. But the first thing that got me into gardening was my first mango tree. And that was only about 10 years ago.
Nice. For me, that's going to be Roma tomato. Started when I was about 10 or 11 years old with my grandmother back in Baton Rouge. And that's what hooked me into gardening. So I grow Romas every single year to honor my grandmother. She's the one that started it all. But I just want to say that Jen on Instagram says, Gray, you don't realize how many times I've tried to get Andre to watch that movie. I'm telling you, look, PlantCon Houston, Andre is coming into town. We're going down to Houston together. And honestly, I just might have to kidnap Andre after PlantCon and bring him to my hotel room. Like, bro, we watching some 5 Heartbeats. We are watching Little Shop of Horrors.
What's the other one?
The 5 Heartbeats. Because you told me you didn't watch the 5.
Wait a minute. You wait a minute right here. He has never seen the 5 Heartbeats?
No. Is there a heart?
Nights like this, we drop love. Nights like this. You don't know that one?
Come on. See? Yeah. Musical greatness right there. So yeah.
I'm sure it is. I don't like musicals. Like movies with music, I just there's no reason to be singing in the movie. Like just do the movie. Just do it.
Nice. All right, Big Wheel Dog said that his first iteration was growing tobacco in Virginia with his grandmother. That is awesome, dude. See, you gotta love that tie-in with the family. That's awesome. I'm actually growing, Big Wheel Dog, you'd appreciate this. I'm growing some tobacco as well as an experiment just to see that I can grow it. And dude, it is growing significantly. Veggie Tales, yes, Lynn, you're absolutely right. Strawberry shortcake, was that the last one?
Yeah, strawberry shortcake. Robert Townsend did this. The people want to know, have you seen Major Pain?
No, I've not seen Major Pain.
That's not a musical, so what's your excuse for that one?
Because I haven't seen every movie that's ever been made.
I've seen Sister Act 1 or 2.
I've seen Sister Act 1.
You didn't like Sister? Okay, that's okay. Y'all, we are wrapping up. This is our last minute.
I think they're like the corniest movie list selection I've ever heard of.
They're not corny. They're great. They're movies.
It's all right. It's all right. You just don't like joy. You don't like joyful things, and this is why you don't eat raisins, because raisins bring
raisins are disgusting.
Raisins bring joy to the world's nation, and here we are. The people also want to know: Have you seen Harlem Nights?
Yes, of course I've seen Harlem Nights. Yeah.
Okay, good. I was about to revoke your black card.
I was about to cut this off. I was about to like, get all of this noise. We done, but we are finished. We did Plants of Pop Culture. Again, keep the conversation going in the comments, and guess other movies that you think Andre has not watched.
Yes, we can do that next time. We're gonna do that next time.
Yeah, let's do other movies he's not watched. We're not even going to talk about plants. Let's list off movies he hasn't seen, because there's some movies that people are shocked that I've not seen.
Listen,
they are
anything that's older than me, I probably haven't seen. Like I haven't seen like Gone with the Wind or like The Sound
I
of
love
Music
that movie.
or any of those movies. Like,
yes.
None of those movies I've seen nothing. If it's in black and white, I've not seen it. 100%.
You've not. I love The Sound of Music, and Gone with the Wind is amazing. It's a very long movie, but it's okay.
Yes.
So
we might have to do a movie episode, like we just talk movies, because I'm like Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
Never seen it.
I've not seen that one now.
Never seen
Come
it.
on.
I've not seen that one, so I'll give him that one. But the people we gonna list, so I want y'all to put the list. Y'all all get your questions together, and you put them in the comments when we come back. Okay, we do that next, or do we have a guest next week?
Oh yes, next week we actually have the wonderful Chai-Ming Rowe from Coastal Homestead out in LA, Los Angeles. She's going to be joining us, and we're going to be talking a little bit about biophilic design and how to create your own fruitscape instead of just landscape. So it's kind of like what Andre does. So we're going to be talking with Chai-Ming. Plus, we of course are going to be talking about the wonderful show that we did with Home Depot out in Maine. Chai-Ming is a wonderful friend. I can't wait to have her on, guys. So yes, definitely make sure you put your comments. What movies that Andre needs to watch. We're going to all give him homework.
We're going to give him a lot of homework. So y'all got anything to say before we wrap up?
No, this has been fun. And next episode, Andre's going to be there for the full time. No more vacations.
I'll be there with bells on.
We love it. He's going to be there with bells on. This is dope. So y'all enjoy us. Again, listen to the replay on the social medias. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Music, any of the other ones, thank you for listening. Like it, share it, comment it, all of those things. Tell your mama, tell your pa, and we will enjoy y'all later. Be easy.
See you guys
later.